Picture the word bank sitting in two different sentences. In one, you are resting on a river bank, watching the water drift by. In the other, you are depositing a paycheck at the bank downtown. Same spelling, completely different meaning. Yet for years, our best word embeddings handed that word a single frozen vector, blending both senses into one blurry compromise. Contextual embeddings tore up that rulebook. They let a word's meaning shift with the company it keeps, computing a fresh representation from the entire sentence around it. This is the idea that carried the field from Word2Vec straight to BERT and the modern language models we lean on today. Let's dig in. So what actually changed? Let's put the old way and the new way right next to each other. A static embedding hands every word exactly one fixed vector, learned once and then frozen forever. So bank gets a single set of numbers that quietly averages the river meaning and the money meaning together. The model can never tell the two apart, because the representation was decided long before it ever saw your sentence, and it simply cannot bend to fit the context. A contextual embedding throws out that fixed lookup table entirely. Instead of storing one vector per word, it computes the vector on the fly from the whole sentence. So bank beside a river and bank holding your savings come out as genuinely different representations. The model reads the neighbors first, then decides what the word means right here, right now. So how does a model actually produce these context-aware vectors? Follow the pipeline one stage at a time. Start at the input. You take the entire sentence, every token in order, and feed it in together as one connected whole. Nothing is processed in isolation. The model gets to see all the surrounding words before it commits to what any single word means. Now the real magic. Inside a transformer, self-attention lets every token look at every other token in the sentence and pull in whatever it needs. The word bank quietly asks its neighbors what they are about, and river or money reshapes its representation accordingly. Out the other side, you read a vector for each position in the sentence. Every token now carries a representation soaked in context, encoding not just the word itself but its sense, its role, and the words around it. These are the contextual embeddings. And here is the payoff. Because each vector is computed from its sentence, the same word yields genuinely different embeddings in different contexts. Bank by the river and bank for a loan finally separate, and the stubborn ambiguity that broke older methods simply dissolves. Strip it all back, and three ideas define contextual embeddings. A word's vector depends on its sentence. There is no single frozen entry in a table anymore. The representation is generated fresh every time, so identical spelling in two different sentences can produce two very different vectors. Attention resolves the meaning. By letting every token attend to every other, the model works out which sense of a word is active, captures long-range dependencies across the sentence, and untangles the polysemy that static embeddings hopelessly blurred together. Pre-training unlocks transfer. These models are pre-trained on enormous corpora, then fine-tuned for a specific task with far less data. That recipe, pre-train once and adapt cheaply, is the transfer learning revolution that BERT and its many descendants set loose on the field. Alright, let's lock in what matters. Contextual embeddings give a word a different vector depending on the sentence it appears in, fixing the core weakness of static representations like Word2Vec and Glove. They are produced by deep models, Elmo with its bidirectional recurrent networks, and, above all, transformer encoders like BERT, whose self-attention reads the whole sentence at once. This resolves polysemy and captures context, so bank by a river and bank with money finally get distinct, meaningful representations instead of one blurred average. Because they are pre-trained on huge corpora and then fine-tuned, they became the transfer learning engine behind modern natural language processing. That leap, from Word2Vec to BERT, is exactly the kind of story we love unpacking over at standarity.com. Come learn with us.